everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is CJ Raymer and I write new adult and women's contemporary fiction. I hope everything is going well with you guys today, and I just wanted to take a quick moment and thank all of you who have just recently subscribed to my channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you joining me. I also wanted to point out something. When I post a new video and it pops up in your, if you've hit, the alert button, you'll see if it's for the gray hair journey, it'll be a gray thumbnail. It'll also say going gray. And if it's for my writing, it'll be a peachy pink one. Okay, so I've got two different colored thumbnails for the two different subject matters. Sometimes they will intermingle a little bit, but whatever it is that I'm going to be focusing on for that particular video will be reflected in the color of the thumbnail. Gray for gray and peach for writing. I don't even like peach. Why didn't I choose like purple or something? So today's video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how will we as writers judge our success? How will you judge your success as a writer? I think as writers, we all come to the realization that it may take some time to become a success. I mean, that's pretty much a given. Some people are very fortunate and they're an overnight success. Other overnight successes took years. And some of us never reach that level that other people might consider successful. I know that everyone has different views on what writing success is or isn't. For some, it may just be getting published by a traditional publishing house. Sorry. My little guys are always on my lap. My writing buddies, Ziggy and Vicky. As I was saying, we all have different views on what writing success is or isn't. For some people, all they want is to be picked up by a traditional publishing house. For them, that will be success. That marks success for them when they can get picked up by a traditional publisher, that they've admired or that they have really felt sets the bar for what it is to be successful. For others, it may be having healthy, consistent royalties, whether you're traditionally published or indie published, like myself. Still others, there's that hope of continued contracts if they've been traditionally published. They want to be picked up again. I don't think there's really any such thing as fat advances anymore. I think that day has long left us, unless you are already a very successful author, or you are a movie star, or you're a politician, or you're somebody of note in the world. Usually for just everyday folks like us that happen to get picked up by publishing houses, there's really not a whole big fat advance involved. So I don't think they even have those anymore. And still another level of success might be for somebody just to be able to say, you know what, I completed my manuscript. I wrote my book. It's done. And let me just say this, if you have finished a manuscript, if you have completed an entire novel yourself, that's awesome. Don't sell yourself short, because that's a big deal. And for those of you that have not completed a manuscript yet, keep going, okay? Keep going. You can do this thing, all right? Then there are the purists who say that they write only to write. It doesn't matter whether they ever become published or not. And I can appreciate that, and I think that's a beautiful thing. There was a time where I was one of those. the love of the craft is enough for them. And maybe I still am a little bit of a purist in a sense that I don't think I could ever stop writing because I have such a passion and such a love for writing. So I can understand that. You know, I can't say that I am at that place 100%, that I would never ever like to profit from my writing. Although I'm certainly not in it for the money. Nobody gets into writing for the money. And if they do, usually their minds get swayed not too far into the process. It would be nice to have a reciprocal relationship with my writing. You know, I'd like to have a little more tangible substance to go along with my joy of creating. You know, I am an indie published author. I published my first novel in November. It was not the first novel that I had written. I had written my first novel, completed it back in, 2006, right? Yeah. And I had had a lot of rejections on it from agents, but I had also had interest. And I had a dream agent actually very interested in my work. And I rewrote it twice for him because I just didn't dig deep enough. I was afraid to kind of open myself up and write with abandon, which I have since learned to do. And it has brought me great freedom. So that's something else I just want to encourage you all in. If you're finding yourself holding back and pulling back in your writing, you just got to spill it out. You just got to pour out your guts on the page. You got to write with abandon. You know, I know that writing success is more than just becoming a published, author. And with the rise of indie publishing, thank God for it, because that's how I am published now, is through indie publishing. It used to be really frowned upon and discouraged and disregarded as, non-viable talent, and, caught a lot of rolling of the eyes. But boy, have we come far. I think the bar is being raised and has been for, say, the last 6-7 years. I mean, it's really, really changed. The self-publishing industry has really changed, and I think that we can hold our heads high if we're indie published. And there's a lot of things about indie publishing that I really enjoy. And I can't sit here and say that for sure if a trad publishing house came to me and said, hey, we want to pick up, your next manuscript. I really can't tell you if I would say yes or no. There's part of me that would like to say that I would say yes, because it would just kind of feel maybe like I've been vindicated a little bit. But then on the other hand, I love the freedom that has come with indie publishing. And nowadays, even as a traditionally published author, and please keep in mind, I'm not weighing pros and cons to them both. I think they're both fantastic. I would never say don't go with traditional publishing, only do indie publishing. That's not where I'm coming from. What I'm saying is I'm checking my heart and my motivations about it, and I just have really enjoyed the freedom. And if you're traditionally published, you're still, nowadays, you're having to do all of your promotion anyway. So I figure, well, if I'm doing all my own marketing, all my own promotion, I might as well get all the royalty too. I suppose what it is that I'm trying to say is that I want to write for the rest of my life. And I don't think that money alone will do it for me. In other words, I don't think I could just crank out anything because it's pop culture, or it's, writing to market, it's what's hot in the market. It's the current trend. Every now and then that would be great. But I would like to think that my writing has touched someone's life in a really special and profound way. That my work didn't only serve as entertainment, you know, but that in some way I was able to challenge someone to dig deep within themselves and to ponder and to consider possibilities. I'd like to think that when they closed the back cover of my book, or virtually turned the last page on their Kindle, that they inhaled deeply, you know, and released a sigh, saying, wow, now that was a story. This is why no matter how many times I have walked away from my writing endeavors, I have always inevitably returned to my desk. This last time returning back, it was last September, and I planted myself and I wrote Wanderlusted, and I had the time of my life. And people have told me that it's changed their lives. It's just a book, right? It's just a story. And it may not be a bestseller. It may never be a bestseller. But for the few that have told me that it has really changed their lives and touched them in a really deep way, that's priceless to me. It's priceless. Now I'm working on the second novel in the series. I'm also working on a nonfiction. You know, I'm in this for the long haul. I may never reach levels of success that the world deems a success and that other authors might deem a success. But for me, if it changed someone's life or encouraged them or moved them in a really deep way, if it took their breath away for just a moment, that's success to me. Let me know in the comments what is your measuring rod for determining your success as a writer. Stay true to yourself. This is something that you know you are destined to do. You keep doing it. Don't listen to people who rain on your parade, the naysayers, the ones who tell you that you'll never make a living at it. They're missing the point. Yes, of course, we want to make a living at it. We deserve to. But in the meantime, while we're on this journey, keep pushing on. Keep honing your craft. Keep believing in yourself. I believe in you. And I believe in me. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you enjoy my videos, I would just ask that you would consider subscribing. Hit the like button for me if you liked it. Helps with reach for my tiny little channel. All of my social media is listed in the comments. You can join me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And my first novel, Wanderlusted, is the first novel in the Threadbare Nomad series, is available now on Amazon. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.